because I knew God had something better. Uh, there still needed to be some growth, and it couldn't be that I got out of prison because of something that I did. Because who would get credit? Me. But it had to be a move of God to bring me out, and so that's what happened. One of my favorite stories in the Bible is the story of Joseph. How he now Joseph wasn't the greatest of guys, and he hadn't really committed any crime other than the fact that he was a bit braggadocious and arrogant, and so he needed to be seasoned and taught. And I remember this time where Joseph was asking one of the men, "When you get out, tell the king, remember me." And I used to pray, "Lord, remember me, Lord, remember me." And it's like he wouldn't. One thing happened. My mother passed away. One thing happened, guys. Um, I stopped asking God to release me. Yeah, my kids are at home, growing up without daddy. I talk to them over the phone. My wife's there holding on, and things are tough. I mean, from what she went through to have everything, lose the cars, lose the house, and have to pick up and survive on her own. Uh, but let me tell you what got us through. What the young lady was asking about was about faith. Uh, God did not stop the bad things, the repossession, the foreclosure, them having to scrimp and scrounge for some money, my mother passing away, me having to do all this time in some horrible places in some horrible conditions. Some of you all don't know about, you talking about loose the chains. No, most of you have not ever had chains around you, being shackled up or confined to this little room, and you're sleeping right beside your toilet with another inmate, or in the room by yourself, being in solitaire or being in the chute. Not a good picture, not a good lifestyle. But God was working on me, and God was teaching me, and He was growing me. And do you know that in that moment, I felt the most love from God ever? Not when I was up there and had money. That's not when I knew He was God to me. I knew He was God, but when it really resonated, when I'm there and it's just He and I, it's just me and Him. I'm sorry, alone, and I can read my Bible and I can pray. So what does faith do? There's one song, and I'll probably go ahead and play it because, and I may get the copyright strike, but it's not coming through the computer. You can just hear it in the background. But the song by Marvin Sapp, "My Testimony," so glad I made it. I can't listen to the song and not cry because I know what He's done. I can testify what He's done for me, because if He gave me 1 year and I got out, I'd be the same. But faith isn't the getting through part, it's the being with Him while you're going through it. Are you with me? So no, faith doesn't protect you from COVID. You can think it is, you can think it does, and then once you get it, then what happens to your faith? You can know faith doesn't keep you from losing money, because when you do, now what happens to your faith? Your faith can't be based on the things that God gives you. It has to be based on God, who you can have. I don't know if anybody's hearing this, but if you want 2022 to be successful spiritually, you need to just focus on God, and whatever you give me, God, I don't care what it is. And I mean it, because we say it. We're good at saying it. You know, what they say, a pair of lips will say anything. We're good at saying it, but will you mean it? One thing I can say, the one thing the Lord can testify on me, God can testify on my behalf, is that no matter how bad it got, I still trust Him. And I'm laying in my bunk bed in prison. And when that lady called my name to tell me that you're going home, we need your wife's address and phone number, because we're getting ready to get you up out of here. And I had time left. You can't tell me. You can't tell me what God won't do. You can't sell me on anything. I know who brought me to the dance and who's taking me home. Amen. And so I'm telling you, if you want a successful 2022, you may have some things that you don't get. You might not get that car, that job. But if you get more time with Him, because what do they say? Who is this man who even the winds and the sea obey? I know who He is, the one who delivered me out of that prison cell. What does He say? Let me give you this passage and we'll go ahead and end. I want you to see the passage. It says in Galatians 6:9, and let us not grow weary in doing good. For in due season, if we do not give up, we will reap if we do not give up. In due season. Guys, what that means is not when you think it's your time for the season, not when you think it's time, but in due season, in his season, when he knows you're ready, you shall reap your reward. Is it going to be a car? Probably not. Is it going to be a new husband, a new wife? Maybe. Is it going to be all your bills paid? I don't know. But you know, whatever you're going to reap, you know whose hand it's going to be attached to? It's going to be attached to him. So do this for yourself. Be faithful and mean it, and watch 2022 be a blessing for you. Amen.